Glycogen storage disease type 1 is also known as von Gurke disease. It is an inherited disorder caused by the buildup of a complex sugar called glycogen in the body's cells. The accumulation of glycogen in certain organs and tissues, especially the liver, kidneys, and small intestines, impairs their ability to function normally. The pancreas would typically release glucagon to the liver, which converts glycogen to glucose. Glucose is then released to the blood vessels, where it is essential in many bodily functions. However, in GSD1, the body lacks the protein enzyme glucose 6-phosphatase. This enzyme would facilitate the release of breakdown of glucose from glycogen, and its lack thereof leads to an unhealthy accumulation. The hydrolysis of glucose 6-phosphate begins with a nucleophilic attack on the phosphate by histidine 176, resulting in the formation of a phosphohistidine bond and the degradation of a carbonyl group. The phosphointermediate produced by the reaction is then broken by a hydrophilic attack. The carbonyl is reformed by removing the electrons originally donated by the histidine 176 residue, creating a free phosphate group and completing hydrolysis.
Glycogen storage disease is inherited in an autosomal recessive pattern, meaning both copies of the gene in each cell have mutations. Children have a 25% chance of developing the disease. Both subtypes occur with equal frequency in both sexes. Mutations in the genes G6PC and SLC37A4 respectively cause GSD1A and 1B.
The GCPC gene account for 80% of GSD1 cases, and mutations in the SLC37A4 gene account for 20% of GSD1 cases. Both of these proteins work to break down glucose 6-phosphate into glucose. Mutations in these genes prevent effective breakdown of glucose 6-phosphate. When glucose 6-phosphate is not broken down to glucose, it is converted to glycogen and fat.
Symptoms. Onset starts at infancy or neonatal. They appear on the age of 3 or 4-month-old babies. This includes low blood sugar, known as hypoglycemia, which can lead to seizures, buildup of lactic acid, known as lactic acidosis, high blood level of waste product called uric acid, known as hyperuricemia, or excess amounts of fats in the blood, known as hyperlipidemia. As they grow older, they show delayed puberty, short stature, osteoporosis, or arthritis resulting from uric acid crystals in the joints or gout.
Treatment is focused on correcting the metabolic changes in the body and promoting growth and development. Many doctors recommend small, frequent feedings during the day while restricting consumption of fructose and galactose. In addition, many medical centers recommend consuming cornstarch mixed with water. Cornstarch is digested by the body at a slow rate, so glucose is released steadily throughout the time in between feedings.